you so much for joining us today on the Amaj Media Show. And I want our audiences to know more about fitness, and that's why I brought you on today. Can you introduce yourself and let people know who you are and what you do?
Okay, absolutely. And thank you so much. I'm so honored. And I'm Lexi, just a girl that loves to work out. I want to share what I can with you, and I appreciate this interview today. So let's get started.
Absolutely, absolutely. So can you tell me, when you get up every day, because you literally work out every single day, like I've been following you for a very long time, what is it that motivates you? What gets you out of bed and makes you want to work out every day? I mean, literally every day.
You know what? That is an awesome question. It's a good question because there are days, honestly, that I get up that I'm tired, like we all are. We're working, life happens. And just the fact that I know I need to, because I'm doing it for me, no one else. And I know that I have to push myself. So I push myself and I go. Even if I'm tired, I get up and go. Honestly, that's what does it. And
that's what I'm talking about. And so really you're just honoring yourself, honoring your temple, and understanding that if you don't do it, nobody's going to do it for you then.
Yes. And, part of it too is the mindset, like I have to be consistent and I want to be consistent. So I just keep going and going and going.
Have you ever had points where you felt like you might not have been as consistent, or any kind of challenge or obstacle that kept you from, meeting your goals?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, in December of last year, I was rear-ended in a car accident. And funny enough, because I was convinced that I need to keep going, I did. But it came to a point where I had to stop and take a break. And I was like, am I going to lose the muscle? Am I going to lose the momentum? But I knew one thing, I was going to lose my back if I did not stop. So I took a break, took some time off to heal. So
yeah, which is important, because if you experience something like that impacting your body, it's hard to, just continue and act like nothing's going on, because that's kind of catastrophic.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, that's what the doctor said. Exactly what you said. Your body has been in a traumatic situation. So you have to let it heal and calm it down. He used that word so much that I was like, what is he talking about? But understanding what he was saying, you have to bring your body from that traumatic state down to a calm. So I took it seriously. That was my back that was injured, and you only get one.
Yeah, well, you've done an amazing job with recovery, because I couldn't tell until you actually told me that you went through something like that. So you are an example for people who have dealt with that and been to rehabilitation, or experiencing something like that now, where they have to start all over again and get their footing to get right back to where they left off, because you have to build that strength all over again.
Right.
Yeah.
And I just said something just now that made me think about another reason why I'm motivated. It's something that I noticed when I'm pulling up to the gym. This sounds crazy, but this big smile comes on my face. Like I don't force it; it just naturally just appears. And so I know there's like this love. Like I'm in love with taking care of self, because honestly, one of the things that I motivated me to get started working out was the women on my side of the family. They're full.
Yes,
they are full, and I've always been heavy all my life. So I wish I had a picture. So I knew that I needed to do something. Just some little changes here and there, just walking a little bit, just adding maybe some greens here and there. Just that's how it all started, little by little by little by little.
So let me ask you, okay, when you don't have access to a gym, because I know that that's something that you do. You're loyal to a gym environment. Every time I've seen you, you literally are using a machine, whether it be squats or a treadmill or something, Stairmaster. You be having it pretty much down pat, like a straight up pro. So for people who are not comfortable with like a gym environment, or even if they're traveling or on vacation, what kind of tips would you give or advise, for them to still keep that workout going, in the absence of a gym environment?
Right. And you're right, because there are going to be times when there's no gym around. Look at the pandemic.
Yeah.
We didn't
quarantine. I'm still here with that quarantine weight, girl.
And we all are, you know what? And it's okay. We're going to give ourselves some grace.
Yeah.
Right? But that's a real thing that's happening. But if I don't have access to the gym, I'll find a path, a little trail, or even a sidewalk. and just walk or run or whatever I feel like doing. And as a matter of fact, if I am traveling, I try not to go so hard on myself. I'll just do a simple walk, a little jog, something, a nature walk, find a little park if you can, or, something that's comfortable, that feels like home, it feels good. And
absolutely. So you don't have to kill yourself to stay fit.
Exactly. Because to be honest, we all need a break, reset so we can keep going, right?
Absolutely. And that's like with the collision, having, that experience, that was a form of a reset, a tangible form of a reset. Because sometimes you have to mentally reset and you have to physically reset, so I totally understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. And that's another thing that I learned too. Everything is mental. It starts, here, like let's say in the winter times, I'll share with you. In the winter times, it's hard for me to get up. It is rough. Okay, it's cold. The bed is nice and warm, right?
Say it again, girl. Say it.
It's bugging you. It's pulling you back in. But I just say, okay, I put out whatever I need to put out, so I don't have to lollygag because I will.
Yeah.
I put out whatever I need to put out the night before. Make sure it's nice and warm. I keep it under the blanket, honestly. And when I get up, I give myself a few minutes. I give myself 5 minutes more. Get up, get dressed, and just take my cell phone out of here. Wherever
to get acclimated and set for the day. So walk me through, what is a day like for you? Just give me one of your fitness days. Like what does that look like from start to finish?
Okay. For example, like today's Thursday. I did upper body. I tend to do upper body on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay.
So I already knew that I was going to be working on the triceps and the biceps.
Mm-hmm.
And, so I had that mentally in my head, and I knew the workouts I'd be doing. Get inside the gym, get my, mind ready, right?
Right.
I love her. And one of the things that helps me a lot is the branched chain amino acids, and they come in flavors. Like I'll do watermelon or lemon or lime or something that's yummy.
Yeah.
Right? And just make my little concoction, put it in my water bottle shaker, and just sit back. Like it's not a cocktail yet, but just, a little incentive, right?
Yeah, and it sounds like it, because I know amino acids, don't they help with like digestion or something like that? Yeah. Because I do read a lot about, things that help aid with, weight loss and helping to process food in our body. And I know that having a high fiber content diet helps out a lot, and you mentioned the green tea. That's one of the things that I like to consume. Yeah. Lemon is another powerful, I take that and I use it for my skin. So I use it externally, and then I also take it and put it in my water. So I'll literally put lemon in my water, drink it, and then at the end I eat the lemon. So that's another thing. Yeah.
Learning that too.
Yeah, right. And then it's like, aside from lemon water, I also like to use ginger. Ginger is another one of my favorite things. Because it gives me a pep, like it wakes me up, it wakes up my system.
Yeah.
It shocks me into action, so I really like ginger, and I feel more alive, more awake when I take ginger. And then apple cider vinegar, I do like a shot of that in the mornings, or sometimes, in the evening. It just depends on what I got going on. But I try to be consistent with a shot of apple cider in the morning. So, yeah. And is there anything that, other than the amino acids, that you sip on during your workout?
Water. Because honestly, I get, for some reason, when you're sweating, you get a little dehydrated, or you might feel a little thirsty, parched.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it helps you to, actually the water helps to push the oxygen, and the oxygen helps you to keep your blood going, everything, energy wise. Because one of the things that I do, and it's not for everyone, and it's not a real reason why I do it, other than that I've learned, the fasted cardio, when you do cardio or working out on an empty stomach first, before you eat, work out if you can.
Yeah.
It burns more fat, and it propels you through the workout, and it helps build and tone. So,
yeah, I've heard about fasted cardio. I know a couple of people who have implemented into their regimen, and they look fantastic. So, and now I know that about you. That's something I didn't know that you do also,
But don't get it wrong. I am hungry when I wake up.
It's weird. I don't have an appetite when I wake up. I don't eat sometimes till like 2:00. Yeah, it's really weird. Wow. Yeah, I don't know why, but I think because I've heard that it can take like 48 hours to process a single meal in your system. So I think that's probably part of the reason, but I really don't have an appetite. It's strange.
And it's okay because, and that's, you bring up a good point because we're all different, right? Like I'm ready to pig out, so I'm like hurrying up to work out so I can go eat.
Exactly. You got goals, girl. You got refrigerator goals.
You know, and because I do love to eat, I'm already thinking, okay, so dinner has passed. I'm like, ooh, gonna wait till tomorrow. I'm gonna eat my tomorrow. What am I having? Turkey bacon, eggs, and spinach.
Yeah, so that's your breakfast then.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Okay. And so you eat after your workout.
I do.
Okay, perfect. So it's like a post-workout meal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gotcha.
One of the things that I learned through trial and error, and like, you know, everything's different for everyone, but one of the things I noticed is that every 2 to 3 hours, if you can eat, you know, because there are going to be times when you can't, you know, I have meetings, you know, we're working, we're busy, family. If you can, if you just did that alone, that's like 5-10 pounds.
Yeah, you ain't lying, girl. Like, look, and my biggest thing is like, just stay the course, you know, like, don't quit because you can make gains in a small way. It's like baby steps, you know?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And you hit it on the nail. Baby step. What's a race, right?
Right.
The longer it takes to come off the weight, the longer it stays on. If you do it too quickly, it's not gonna, you know, stay off.
Oh, that's a good tip. Now that's I never knew that. You know, because when I get in there, I'm like, oh, I got to get rid of it. I got to get rid of it. So it's like a rat race in my mind. But I have a long-term mentality, so I'm willing to stay the course because I know that it'll pay off ultimately. You know,
that terminology, stay the course. Can I borrow that?
Go ahead, throw it in the bag.